I played the game, saw that beans picture. I was like, okay, that's a bit freaky, kind of weirdly eerie in my world. And then I played the game, and then when I booted it up again the next time, it was on the main screen. I was like, whoa.
Why is it eerie? Is it because it's not on toast?
Exactly. As a British person, just eating a spoonful of beans is insane. It must be on toast. And
it must be on toast.
Or cheese.
Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of everyone's favorite podcast, the Critical Arcade Podcast. I'm your co-host, Nick.
And I'm Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Nick. Are you well?
No, I'm not well. Unfortunately, I am sick. I am sick, Nick.
You're sick, Nick. Are you sick physically or just sick of, I don't know, the internet, gaming, movies?
It's physically. I need to apologize. If you hear me coughing, I'm okay. I'm just getting off of a bad bit of bronchitis.
It's all that weed you smoke and all those things. Don't let him get you with it. He's just a rebel. He's outside now.
Yeah, that's
leather jacket, just smoking. That's it. He's a bad boy, old Nick. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear you got. Everybody gets it. It's kind of that time of year down here, right? Because of all the season changes and stuff like that. Everyone's getting sick.
So let's see how this episode goes. Let's see how far I can get before getting a coughing fit.
Ooh. Talking about sick,
oh no!
Right? Today's game, which isn't quite a Ghost of Yote, which was scheduled and planned, but
we tried, ladies and gents. We couldn't do it, but we have sadly. This backup.
And today's backup is I don't know. This is the first game, right? Like chronologically.
No.
No? Why did I read that? I swear I read. Okay, ladies and gents, this game is Amnesia Rebirth.
Yeah. Oh, chronologically you mean?
Yes, like in the... It's set in like 1937.
Yeah. I think the first game's earlier than that.
Oh! Granted, it is in a castle, right? The first one?
Yes.
No. Okay. First one's in a castle, then it's... the pig one, right?
The machine for pigs. Also in a castle, I think.
And this one, not in a castle. This one in a desert.
In a desert.
Which
in
just
a cave,
goes to show,
in a fort, in a desert.
Can you remember any time in any media where going to the desert has actually come out with a good outcome? Deserts suck. You got the Mummy movies.
Yeah.
You've got Gara. He hurt Rock Lee.
He did. He did.
That sucks. Sand sucks. I was trying to think.
Going out the desert for a good outcome.
Yeah, there's no such thing. Lara Croft, I'm pretty sure, gets screwed by the desert in some regards. Go on.
Final Fantasy VI.
Final Fantasy VI?
Yes, you go into the desert.
Your castle gets like... Okay, go on. You go to the desert.
Yeah, you meet Edgar, the king of Figaro.
That's right.
And then once Kefka comes to kind of burn down the castle... The castle activates its secret move.
It flies off, doesn't it? Or goes underground?
It like digs into the desert.
Oh, what outcome is that a good thing? I'll give you got out the way of Kefka.
Yeah.
But your castle's now under the desert.
It is.
Can you just imagine like the
it's functionally under the desert to re-emerge. It's not been burnt down by Kefka.
Okay, that's a win.
It is! It is a win.
I swear, there's nothing. Even Final Fantasy VII has the golden saucer in the desert, but that's after you get trapped and chucked into the underbelly of the criminal world and all sorts. Nothing good happens in the desert. I like something like, desert. There was that whole thing where that plane crashed in the desert and they had to build the plane again. That wasn't great. That looked like a pain in the ass.
Oh, the Flight of the Phoenix.
Is that it? Well done. That was good. That was the one with the big plane.
The one with Dennis Quaid.
Yes, and Giovanni something or other. Phoebe's brother.
I don't know anymore. I don't know any more than that.
Yes, that one. See, nothing happens. Nothing. And this is Amnesia is another example. Stay out the desert.
Nothing good happens here. Although they didn't go here by choice.
Yeah, okay, that's very true.
They crash landed, much like most people in the desert.
very, very strangely enough, I don't know what came up first, very reminiscent of The Forest, right? Started this game, I was like, oh,
ooh, yeah,
it's The Forest, right? But I don't actually know which one came out first. Granted, falling out
The
of a plane
Forest came out
is not
first.
a new...
That was 2014. This is 2020.
Oh, granted, falling out a plane is not a new premise narratively, so I'm being a bit, lost. Lost on a desert island. See? Deserts. Just
Yeah. I get it. You're connecting the dots, right?
I am. And this was this game was developed and published by Frictional Games, which also developed the other three. Because I kept reading that the third one was kind of developed and kind of helped by China in some way, which people...
The Chinese Room.
Is that the developing
So there are 4 in total. Amnesia, The Dark Descent, Machine for Pigs, Rebirth, and The Bunker. Rebirth being the third one.
Right. Yeah,
The Dark Descent was made by the same people that made Rebirth, Frictional Games. Yes. But A Machine for Pigs was made by The Chinese Room.
And have they made anything else that I don't know of? It's kind of a very nondescript name.
Yes, they've made something else. They've made something else quite prolific too. I can't remember what it was now.
Not prolific enough for us to remember.
I guess so.
All right, anyway. And they also made the game Soma, which is also quite a popular game, right? Kind of a creepy alien vibe type.
A lot of people say Soma is the best one they've made.
I think I've seen lots of people play it.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not going to play it because those games are just too creepy and too scary. Much like this game. This was not an enjoyable time for me in any sense of the word. Well, I'll tell you. I must admit, I started playing this game. I was prepared. Yeah. I've seen the other games. I've played some of the other games. I know we're talking dark corridors and creepy things and weird noises. So I prepared myself, and I was playing this game, and I was like, "Whoa, this is not too bad." You know, we're in the desert. There's light. You got a weird little weirdo running around like a fortress in the desert. But I got cannons. I got a tank. You know, I'm having a good time. This is not bad. I thought finally, I can handle an Amnesia game. Until, like, I don't know, a couple hours in, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Now I'm in an alien underground squishy weirdo it took a dive for me very early later on, because I was like, no, this what happened to my fun little Friday the 13th just running away from the bad guy in a house thing? That was very my level of horror. I was handling that.
Same. I think there were it's really, there was also a point where I thought this is taking a turn I did not think it would.
But you like these types of games. Do you still
sometimes? So I used to like them much more than I do now. I guess I need to be in the right mood for them, but I also didn't really click with Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Is that because I always find games a lot scarier, because in this game and in the other games you can't actually fight back, right? It's all just running away, hiding in cupboards and doing puzzles, right? Is it the fighting mechanic that it doesn't have that kind of makes you less involved? Because it does for me.
I think it's the clunky gameplay all around.
Okay. I guess we're jumping ahead of ourselves a bit. Let's
stick with the narrative, right?
Narrative.
So, the story's premise, let's say, is strong for me at least.
Yes.
A woman named Tessie is stranded in the Algerian desert. And through the journey of this game, she's uncovering her trauma and memories.
And you never guess what she's suffering from. Big narrative, like, whoa, no way, she's got amnesia. Didn't see that coming. But
Amnesia, whoa, and also Rebirth, whoa.
that's very true. Whoa, it's like crazy. But continue. Sorry, I just always love the idea that at least this one says what it is. Amnesia. Yes. You're gonna, you know what you're starting off with.
Yeah. I like that the emotional themes of this game of motherhood and loss are kind of compelling and handled thoughtfully in a lot of cases. Because there's some flashbacks you get to their apartment.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, and a baby that she has or had with her husband Salim.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're keeping up with the names, because that's I'm just not good at that. But yes, correct. So fundamentally, it's the story of her crashing, amnesia, looking for her husband, finding her husband. She's also kind of pregnant. I won't go on to too further on that because the pregnancy thing gets very creepy and strange as you further on go on. And then she's trying to find a doctor and her friends to kind of help her out the situation because she's alone in the desert in a spooky building, and then spooky undergrounds, and then spooky potentially alien areas or rifts, or with a Ben 10 watch. I thought that was cool. I thought a watch was but the story I did like it.
This narrative for me is such a it's such a hit or miss for anyone involved, really. I thought the narrative was cool, but then it got really out there.
Yes, no, it does. It does.
You started kind of dealing with these shaky gravity stones, this alien interdimensional wristwatch that you could phase through stones with.
Yeah, it did get really confusing.
Like, I can have a certain suspension of disbelief, but if I don't know. It feels like season 2 of American Horror Story. Have you ever watched American Horror Story?
No, I know it's good, but no, I've never actually watched those.
Season 2 is lauded as the best season of American Horror Story. It's called, what was it called? Asylum.
Okay, cool name. Makes sense.
And it's fine, it's good, but in the last 2 seasons, you'll never guess what happens.
I know. There's an asylum.
You'd think that there's an asylum. Oh, it's crazy people. Oh, it's a story of mental health. Some people... No! Aliens!
That's kind of... Is it the hot topic, aliens, now or something?
I guess so,
and I don't... It's a very common narrative nowadays. Even if you look at... Sorry, go on.
No, I just don't like when aliens feel that it gets shoehorned into a story where it doesn't feel like they should belong.
Did you?
And of course, you can kind of argue that the story of Amnesia Rebirth is only there because of the aliens, that they were there from the start.
Yes.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like aliens should be in the Algerian desert.
Did you ever watch? Did you ever play the original Prey game?
I did.
The very original one. Right?
I did.
Where you're
yes,
just,
the one from 2006.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You're just an Aboriginal Indian guy in a modern world. Aliens arrive. You go up. You find out you got a spiritual bird or something. I can't remember. You're a warrior from an ancient tribe.
Yeah.
That did it well. That did a very weird, funky sci-fi game where you also had kind of fun Indian roots. Right. That was kind of a fun narrative. This tries to do the same thing, but in the sense of what the hell is going on? Like, and I saw a lot of it coming, right? Her being pregnant and her having amnesia. You instantly think, is that actually her baby? Because there's aliens now, and we all know what aliens like to do. They seem to like to probe buttholes and impregnate people. So I was instantly thinking, not her baby.
Oh, yeah, that's what's going on. We know what's happening.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge... kind of like story. I'm sorry, ladies and gents, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but again, you're told she's pregnant pretty early, and there are some other narrative kicks that tell you that it's not a normal pregnancy because she becomes all veiny and angry and scared and very surreal. But I did like the pregnancy part. I did like kind of like the protective mother, the weakness and stuff like that. That was kind of cool.
What? Same. I liked the pregnancy part as well. It felt like this added layer. It felt like this added layer to not only the narrative, but also the gameplay. Or it could. But for me, it gets ruined.
Well, I know.
For me, it gets ruined because now it's not this grounded story of a woman trying to survive creatures in the desert or whatever. No, now all of a sudden it's the fate of humanity.
Well, indeed, yes. Out of curiosity, I don't know. I know I got far in Dark Descent. Is that, that's also about Vitae, right? The special source of energy or potions.
I cannot remember.
Because I think that's what links them. I've heard Vitae before, and I'm pretty sure it's from the other games.
Oh, you think so?
I can't remember. Dark Descent, who was the big bad? I was trying to think, is it aliens or was it a vampire?
I cannot. No, it was... It was... I think it was the owner of the castle.
Yeah, it was the owner of the castle. I can't remember.
I don't think it wasn't aliens. It was a bad dude.
Okay, fair enough. Nothing wrong with
that. Which is to me a bit more grounded than extraterrestrials.
And this does turn up that extraterrestrial thing so hard. Like, when you first go to that interdimensional space, and then you're picking up these little letters saying, I was the first one to work it out, but I don't have a interdimensional watch timekeeper piece, so I can't do anything about it. And you're like, what?
Okay.
You're all of a sudden going, I'm pregnant, stuck in a desert, and now I've Doctor Who'd out of time and space.
Yes, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like.
And she's, again, I can't remember, what was her job? She was an engineer or something, right? She wasn't
I read it on the list at the start of the game. Yes, I think she's a structural engineer on the plane or something.
Yeah. And then they got the narrative, like, all this crazy stuff is happening, which would drive most people kind of mental, but I'm pregnant, so I got the power of motherhood to get me through it. Which is nice. I like the weakness of being pregnant and kind of that narrative that you're a mother bear.
Yeah.
But the things that she now can cope with, well, I'm pregnant, interdimensional travel is fine. Weird creatures decapitating people and pinning them to walls is perfectly normal. I'm pregnant, and I give you the I must survive to my child narrative it's a fun one to go along
with. It is. And I connected with that.
Yes, I can imagine.
And not the other stuff.
Yes. The other stuff is a bit loop. And did you know, no spoilers, but there's no really good ending. There's not like the good, in games they always have like the good ending, the bad ending, the secret ending, the funny ending, things like that, right? But you always expect a little degree of light, like you can get the good ending.
There's a good ending and there's a bad ending. Usually in video games, you kind of know which is which.
Yes, and you know which way you're going down.
Yes, you can get a satisfying ending.
Yes. This has none. Like, I'm not going to go into it. One of them, really morbid and dark. Yeah. The other one, completely selfish and insane. The other one, just kind of a really scary circumstance for Tessie and her child. None of them are like, yay, you beat the queen alien and everything's going back to normal and you're going to be a happy mother type thing.
Yeah.
This stays a dark, grimy story throughout the whole thing.
There's this conversation that's been going around for the past 5 or 6 years that video games are taking a turn into what's called misery porn.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You've heard of misery porn.
Yeah, I see. And I
the front person for misery porn, which is just having your character go through the worst circumstances.
Yeah, that's right.
Just as part of the experience.
Circumstances.
Yes. You got A Plague Tale Requiem, which is just relentless. You've got The Last of Us Part 2, which is just unyielding. And now you've also got this, Amnesia Rebirth, which doesn't stop, not only for Tessie, but her child. Goodness.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those things I always thought about, the TV program Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
Like, Meredith Grey would be an absolute wreck of a human being in real life.
Oh, that's right.
Everyone died. Right. She had a hand on a grenade. Her sister died. Her husband died. She held gunpoint in this theatre.
Yeah. Yes,
she would be a mess of a human being.
Yes, those things aren't normal.
Yes, you can't just go over and be, oh, no, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, next week, please, you would be... You wouldn't be a doctor anymore. All your trauma happens at the hospital. But anyway, you're right. That people love that high level of human despair and kind of a story that you get over it. Like you persevere. Whereas this one doesn't have it. You don't persevere. It's just all dark. It's kind of...
It is, although I do still think that it is below all the, alien, my opinion, nonsense.
Yeah.
It is a story with some heart and meaning, just told too slowly.
Yes, it is super slow. And I'm a fan of those, like, pick up the letters and the audio logs to kind of see how the story... There's too many in this one.
Oh yes,
I like
yes.
bits and pieces of lore.
Quite surprised.
There's so many.
Too many.
Continuously finding little scraps and this.
And I said,
that.
but I just picked it up, immediately backed out.
Yeah, I picked them up, and of course I didn't read anything and one of them was the clue to the puzzle. I've been sitting there thinking like,
of course it is.
But if you like this, like you said, there are good parts. It's emotional. It's a fun story about being a pregnant woman trying to survive in a horrible scenario. But it is a lot of the narrative that we've seen hundreds of times before.
I just wish it was a bit more grounded.
Yeah.
And I know Amnesia games aren't grounded. None of them are grounded. The first one is a demonic castle. The second one is a guy predicting World War II. The third one is this. The fourth one is a World War II monster.
That's right, in the bunker, right?
Yeah.
I remember.
I know these games aren't grounded, but I don't know. I'd like for this one to have been.
Yeah, it's a bit too fictitious, right? There's not enough.
Too, just slightly over the line. Come on.
I agree entirely. I got to the point when I was playing this game and just starting to rush through it, and then I'd turn into a Half-Life alien area, and I'd be like, what the hell is even going on? I get that narratively you can make the monsters more grotesque when you take it to a land where you don't have to atone to like gravity and real life norms, so 6 arms, 4 heads, blood, all those other things that we but yeah, it seems too cheesy in the narrative to be like, oh well, now we're going to amp up the scariness by doing this to this guy, and so you're going to jump. It kind of does wear off. I agree.
It does. It absolutely does.
Anything else narratively you want to add?
No, just some more pacing issues with the note reading. You mentioned it before. No, I'm good.
It is kind of a slow burn, there's no doubt. Oh, slow burn, kind of fitting the narrative of the gameplay to some degree. Okay, visually, what did you think?
I think that this is kind of an indie game with... How many people made Amnesia Rebirth? Do you know?
I don't entirely. But it is a smallish team, there's no doubt about that. Like, I get what you mean by a small indie game type development.
Yeah.
But visually, it's so hard to go back in games and then look at it, like the visuals, and think, oh, is that good, bad? And then you got to think, okay, what were visuals like in 2020? Like, what other games came out then? And to be honest with you, a lot of games that looked great came out in 2020. Even indie games.
Yeah. Amnesia Rebirth is an indie game.
It is defined as an indie game, is it? Okay, fair enough. Like, again, if we don't go full, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, that was an indie game, right? Very pretty game.
I think so. That's Moon Studios, but Moon Studios is now owned by Microsoft, I think. And I don't know if that happened after Ori and the Blind Forest was made.
Hades was considered indie when it came out,
Hades,
right?
Supergiant Games, that's indie.
So there were, graphics was a thing, clean and stuff like that. This game, again, I don't know. It's so hard because, again, ladies and gents, not a huge fan of these types of games, so that does detract from like my immersion into it and stuff like that. It is going to happen, but the visuals didn't really do a great deal. Yeah, they were scary.
It didn't.
I thought I was scared.
I think I know why.
Go on.
The vast majority of this game happens in the dark, and I think that the developers or game designers put just slight bit too much confidence in the darkness to hide the muddy textures and weak lighting.
Okay, yeah. No, I got you.
Right, and the flat models especially.
Yeah, when
you're in the cave,
it's super flat. Yeah.
When you're in the cave, it doesn't feel like a cave. It just feels like you're surrounded by big round boulders.
Yeah, you're just texture walls.
Yeah, and you're going down this hallway of texture and big round boulders.
Yeah, there's no actual like 3D-ness to some of the rocks. You go to the rocks and it's just different shades of grey or black or brown or something like that.
Yeah, the texture is so muddy.
Yes, I get that it's kind of building the aesthetic that, the monsters and it's slimy and it's grotesque, and you're supposed to be adding that level of, oh, I don't want to even stand here, let alone get trapped here. And there is kind of a degree of claustrophobia which they kind of do in these games, which scares me. I hate claustrophobia. I hate confined spaces. I even found the bad guy designs to eventually kind of get boring. It's very weird when, again, if I watch Dead Space or watch anyone play Dead Space, sorry, I'm never going to play those. The weird little tentacle babies, the necromorphs, or what the hell they're called.
Necromorphs.
Genuinely petrified. This one does a lot of kind of like the movement in the dark thing. I give you that. Again, jump scares, not a huge fan of. Think they're kind of like just kind of a weak thing to do, that you're walking through a door or down a corridor and all of a sudden you're not, alien face. It doesn't. You're not
soliciting a genuine emotion of fear. You're just making someone jump. That's it.
Yes, that's
just a reaction.
Really, I did like that. I learned very quickly that I shouldn't look in holes in the wall, because there were a few. There was that one scene where that body. I went to get the body, and the body was dragged through the wall. And when I got to it, and there was another time where I looked through a gap looking for some sort of puzzle requirement, and then there was just a face there. Granted, that was scary. I was like, holy crap. That I found a lot more immersive. Look at the face.
I'm scared.
Yes, that really got me. Kind of a weird Gollum-esque looking bastard just walking through the walls.
There are moments, but there's some... Unfortunately, like a month or two ago, I played a game that terrified me.
What was that? It was Astro Boy, Fall Guys.
Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2 is a scary game, there's no doubt. That's kind of the scary realisticness of the world we live in now, with like hidden dangers and stuff, right? Yeah.
So Alan Wake 2 doesn't have a lot of jump scares if you minus the kind of screen tearing.
Yeah, that's right.
Grey-ish photos. If you take those out, Alan Wake 2 has very little jump scares, but it builds tension like no other game I have ever played.
Do you find that game scarier than Dead Space, out of curiosity?
Scarier than Dead Space, yes. Yeah. Because
really?
In Dead Space, I knew a necromorph was coming around the corner. In Alan Wake 2, I had no idea. I had zero clue what was going to happen around the corner.
That is scarier. That is a scarier notion.
Yeah. Fear of the unknown, and I guess fear of the dark is some of the most primitive fears that we as humans have.
Yeah, Alien Isolation did it well as well, because when you're on your own and you got no way to track the aliens, and they genuinely did come out of nowhere, or you could hear them. That like I said, when it was tracked in real life, and you've got someone coming after you.
Yeah.
But when you're trapped in an alien world or aliens, or it's like the aliens do a bunch of weird crap later on, which just isn't grounded in anything real than just alien powers, scary. You see,
the first Alien movie is such that's the kind of alien sci-fi grounded narrative that I can take. There's big scary alien on board. Yeah. It's gonna catch me.
Have you watched the first Alien movie?
No.
Sorry, I was.
You had to make me say it.
I was impressed for a second. Then, nice, the first Alien movie, classic. Nice, that's one everyone watches, right?
Oh, he's just waffling. He hasn't seen it.
Oh, I've seen it many times. Love Alien movie.
I've not seen it.
The most evasive cat in the history of cats. Anyway, I digress. And again, one thing I did like the kind of like black and white sketches and the cutscenes, kind of like a old worldy sketchbook narrative in regards to what kind of took place, or your memories coming to the front.
It's a great way to tell the story, because Tessie is an illustrator.
Yes, and I liked the idea that they showed you the images before and it was all fuzzy, and so you kind of made out what was going on there until it was finally revealed, and you're like, oh, that's who that is. Or, oh yeah, her husband didn't turn out too well, did he? Things like that was a good thing. But I'm trying to find the pros and cons. But the rest of the game, even I thought, again, I'm trying to know if I'm being mean. Later on there's the puzzle to put cannon wheels on and push it down the very straight line that it was going to track towards the heavy bit. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know how to. It kind of reminded me of in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, where you're building your own thing and just plonking the wheels on the bottom of a something. There was no motion to it. You had wheel floating wheel goes onto cannon thing, done, right? It's...
Okay.
I'm kind of being mean, I suppose, but...
No, I get it. I get what you mean.
You're going to hit me
but
with the butt.
we'll get into that in gameplay.
Oh, okay, sorry. And like, visually, this game starts off slow. It's kind of like, I thought this is like... Then it gets really creepy and dark. Very alien-y. Very... I didn't even think the bad alien... I think she's female. I was going to put the...
She is, yeah.
She's not that scary. I get they're doing like a...
No, she's
Egyptian...
just big. She's just big and cosmic.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's no alien or predator. There isn't... Yeah, Cthulhu, like levels of... It's like, oh, big alien that talks to me. Awesome. Like, where's the way out? Like, the only time you're just like, what? I just want to exit. I want to go.
The first game felt like survival horror. This doesn't.
This is exit simulator. You're just looking for the way out every single time.
Correct. And again, damn, I'm bringing up gameplay again.
Yeah,
you know what?
Hard.
Do you have anything else for visuals?
No. Let's jump into audio then, Mr. Audio Man. This is your favorite part, right?
Yeah, this is because I rated the audio for this game a 9 out of 10.
No, what the fuck?
Yes, I did, because I think this is really good.
Really?
I think it's really good, yeah.
The very first, like when you start the game and you get that weird squishy wet noise just playing through your ears, I was like, what the hell's going on?
What is this?
Yeah, it was like, what? Very, very kind of like skin crawly type of noise just to get you started, because it's very unnerving to just be like, whoa. And the scene you're going through has got nothing squishy or squirmy in it. You're just kind of like waking up. But anyway, Mr. Audio Man, what did you think, Si?
I think, you know what, now that I think about it, that doesn't make any sense. So you're supposed to be, what, your sanity degrading?
I thought it was the veins you could hear I don't know, yeah, it was definitely linked to your sanity degrading.
Why is your sanity degrading by just standing in the sun for too long?
I don't know. It was kind of confusing. And I was trying to ascertain what that noise really was, like internally. It's a scary noise, sure.
It is. It's a good sound effect. It is a good sound effect. I think, I don't know, it might just be bubbling in your mind.
I thought maybe it was the baby growing, and that was kind of a squirmy noise.
Could be that as well.
But it's unnerving. I think it was an unnerving noise.
Simply there to unnerve you.
Yes, it is.
Right? It's simply there to disturb you, to kind of get you to sit up straight and get you going. In that, it succeeds. But if I need to make sense of anything, I'm immediately finding holes.
Yes, but you gave this a 9, so that's
I did. Yes, I did,
hole,
because
right?
simply because of the audio work done on this game, I think is extremely well done. I think it's good. Right? It's easily its strongest element.
Yes. Okay. Examples. Hit me with the examples for ladies and gents.
One of the big monsters you fight later on, a guy called Leon, I think.
Oh, cool. You didn't remember his name either. That makes me feel so much better. Leon, I think. Yeah.
Leon, I think. While he's fighting you, he doesn't know who you are. He speaks his native language.
That's right.
As
that's
a monster.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what his native language is?
Ooh, no. Sanskrit.
No.
Damn it. I just thought desert. What did I say?
It's great. It's really great. In 1937, this, I can't remember what he does, but this explorer called Leon, as a monster, is fighting you and is shouting in his native language of Afrikaans.
No freaking way.
Yes.
So you understood it. How did I not? So you understood what he was saying. What was he saying?
It's much later. I didn't get to that. I only saw it on YouTube. It's hilarious. It is so hilarious. This little language of ours that only people in South Africa speak is now all of a sudden in this game.
Well, it was in you know the TV series Lucifer, right? Like it was, I know that one of the ladies in that, she's a South African actress, I think. She spoke Afrikaans, and then in Lucifer's world, that was the demon tongue, which I know my wife found hilarious.
It's the demon tongue in South Africa too. Don't worry.
That's very. But that is kind of nice from your perspective.
That's hilarious. That's
because
great.
My language is in every game. Thank you very much. But yeah, it must be kind of fun for you to see Afrikaans.
It is. It's very fun. I thought it was so cool.
There you go. That's at 9. See, it's biased. There's pure bias.
It is. It's extreme bias. This is our podcast.
Yeah, that's very true. That most, but basically, probably the most South African or Afrikaans podcast out there about video games. So that's a tick. Oh, that's such a shame. I'd love to know what he was saying, because if it was like scary dialogue like "get out" or "I'm gonna kill you," sure. But if it was like "give me 2 loaves of bread and some copper," I'd love that side of things too, just because I love whimsy.
No, I wish it was that. It's not though.
Oh, shame. I'd like that type of stuff when they put those weird shit in it.
I mean, besides that, I think the voice acting is...
I think
it's solid.
Right, I even looked up the voice actors, and they're not hugely prolific for what I could find, but they were, like, culturally correct. They were, like, backgrounds in regards to being, I can't forget what the word... Algerian and stuff like that, because it's the Algerian desert. They were kind of in that loop. They didn't just get like an American to do an accent.
I think Tessie is French.
Oh yes, that's true. No, of course she is. No, she is.
Tessie is French.
French. Yeah.
It's short for Anastasie.
Yeah.
I think, is she from France or French Sudan?
I can't remember exactly. She's definitely French, and she definitely does say some French words in what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And I think her husband was French as well, or not?
No, I think Salim...
No, Salim. Stupid. No, I'm getting the wrong person. Salim.
I think Salim is...
Salim's a very common French name. Did you not know that? It's up there with Jean and
Jacques.
Pierre and Jacques.
Oh, yeah.
Salim.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. But I do like the voice actors in this were actually really good. I thought they were really on key for like emotional distress and fear and...
Yep.
Again, another gameplay bit where you got to just like hold your belly and she talks to her baby. I thought those were really spot on. It was kind of really nurturing.
Right?
Kind of, yeah.
Right?
The voice actress did really well.
If even in the loading scenes, it gives you a little slice of life moments with
that's right.
Tessie, Salim, and their baby, their newborn at the time. And those are so accurate to what it's really like kind of having a baby.
I can imagine.
One loading screen is just her going, the baby kind of moaning a bit, and Tessie kind of shushing the baby.
Yeah, that's right. Calming.
Calming the baby. And that's it.
And
that's very real, because that's what you do a lot of the time when you actually have a baby.
And feed them a big old spoonful of beans. Right?
Yes.
there was one picture of just the baby girl with this massive spoonful of beans, and I was thinking, that's kind of creepy. That was one of the creepiest parts of the game. I'm thinking, what the hell? I don't know why, because that scene, the baby bean eating one, was also the as you develop through the game, the menu screen, the main menu kind of gives you the picture of the last one you saw, right? If like your checkpoint, narrative black and white picture, and that bean, I played the game, saw that beans picture, I was like, okay, that's a bit freaky, kind of weirdly eerie in my world. And then I played the game, and then when I booted it up again the next time, it was on the main screen. I was like, whoa.
Why is it eerie? Is it because it's not on toast?
Exactly. As a British person, just eating a spoonful of beans is insane. It must be on toast. And
it must be on toast.
Or cheese. but it was one of I don't know why, kind of eerie. That was a weirdly eerie, kind of, maybe it's just the Brit in me, like you said, beans is supposed to be on toast, or it's not to be had at all. But there was something, and I thought it was going to be a narrative point, because I didn't know that's what the main screen did. So I thought the fact that it came up on the main screen, I thought, oh wow, that must be a big narrative.
It must be a big narrative moment.
Yeah, like it's a really big moment that I didn't notice or something. But no, it was just like the checkpoint. So in my mind, there was something. They were alien beans. They were just not Heinz beans, which was also horrific.
Maybe it's eggs, and that's how they kind of probe.
Oh God, that would be horrible. God, you should have written.
That would. And Tessie is just feeding this.
Oh no, right. That would be. There you go. You missed your calling. That would have been freaky as hell if they were alien egg beans.
It would have.
Anything else? Audio, sorry.
Yeah, I think as you go along, I'm not a huge fan of the environment you go to. Yeah, I think the cave was horribly dull, very unfun.
Got boring. It did get boring.
But the sound design,
yeah,
hell yeah. Sound design's good. sound sounds great. Every echo, whisper, monster growl builds dread. If the locales you were in, if the levels weren't so bad, I would have actually I would have actually been tense.
Oh, really? That's a big one for you. Like, I'm trying to think what other game would you found that in, by all accounts? Like, that's level. You said it would be tens, right?
It would be tense.
Oh, tense. Sorry, my hearing got. I thought you just get it would be tense. It is very super tense. Even the radio, right? When you're looking to get into that room.
Oh, that was my favorite. I think that's my favorite part of the audio in here.
And of course, back in the day, radios were like batteries. They weren't plugged in the 1937. So the radio could fundamentally die off its charge. It was genuinely a thing.
Oh wait, but did you hear what happened to the radio as you were playing?
It started breaking up, right? Is that what you mean?
No.
What happened? What did I miss?
At a certain part in the level, when you can hear the radio as you go throughout the fort.
Yes.
At a certain part in the level, nothing alludes to the fact that the commander on the other end of the radio stops talking.
Yeah.
And Tessie starts talking on the radio.
Tessie to you, Tessie, like
yes.
two Tessies. How did I not spot that? I thought it was the other woman. I thought it was the commander. I swear I heard the doctor guy. He talks to you at some point. And again, I'm not going to remember the other woman's name. there was a woman on the radio as well.
She was
unless that was Tessie. I could have been. There was what was her name? Maybe it was Tessie. Maybe I am going mad, and I just thought there was another woman.
Maybe I'm wrong,
like me.
But I really like my narrative.
Yes,
and maybe it was Tessie, and she's just going crazy.
I did like that classic where you pick up the radio and it's like, yeah, doctor, oh no, you're breaking up, and the doctor's like, go through the mountains. But don't, and it trails off for that. They're like, oh no, what word did he say? What was the last word?
Don't, what? What shouldn't I don't?
That's right, like a classic audio, like cliffhanger. What did he say? But I will give you, I must admit, again, just something about the voice acting. The doctor's hesitation in his replies to Tessie always made you question, is the doctor on your side, right?
Yeah.
Because he was always like, Tessie, come to us. Be safe. Like, you didn't believe him. Like, for 1 second, in anything he was saying, it's like, is he on my side? Like, is he?
What is he doing?
He seemed reluctant every single time, which did build to the narrative and the tenseness.
More good voice acting.
Yeah, no, it really was. Surprisingly very good stuff.
Yeah.
Anything else audio, or should we go to the riveting
Let's go to oh damn. Gameplay.
The gameplay. Again, let me go to you. This again isn't my type of game. Running away, hiding in cupboards. I like solving puzzles, I'll give you that. But running away from big things and puzzles and managing fear is not a gameplay mechanic I enjoy. What did you think?
No, you're very right. A game like this is very unfun.
Wow.
This game wasn't designed to be fun. Big statement,
No, true,
I know.
True.
Probably a hot take as well. I didn't have fun playing this.
What aspect of it? Because you like horror games. You are a big Silent Hill.
No. I like
Evil.
good horror games.
Well, this got good reviews when this game came out. People were like, yeah, this is not bad. Not as good as Dark Descent. And I know Bunker did really well as well.
I mean, okay. I like the story parts of it. I really like the audio.
Yes.
Sure. I did not gel with the gameplay because I don't think this gameplay is fun. I think it's janky and clanky.
The gameplay is
I think the encounters are dull.
Yes, especially at the beginning. That's why I was enjoying it so much, because this wasn't difficult in the slightest.
I think it's really frightening. They just kind of give you a jump scare and then jump away.
Jump scares are very cheap. Yeah, I don't like those. Gameplay-wise, I agree. It's basically go in room, search everything in room, get some matches, get some
read 2,000 notes.
Read a ton of stuff. Maybe find a puzzle element that you might have to work out later. That is rinse and repeat. I'll give you, being in a tank, that was fun. And making the bullet. I thought that was a bit inventive. That was fun. But it was like saltpeter and all the other things you got to mix together to make a shell. And then narratively shooting I did like that visually. Did you notice that when you shot the bullet from the tank and it hit the door, it just opened the door, but nothing else? Now, granted, there was another visual aspect that was happening at the time, but you could just see the door just opened. Like, damn, that would do more than just open a bloody door. But I give you narratively, that isn't visually what they were going to plan, because of course the floor caves in and you disappear down a dark hole.
Yeah,
I get that, but that did make me laugh. I liked making the bullet. The other things were, some of the puzzles were kind of vague. Some of them were just collecting things and just reading things and then be like, oh yeah, okay.
To go up this elevator, you need to find the spinny thing from the crank thing
from the
at the other end of the fort.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
And I've never. Go on.
I'm not a big fan of this. I wasn't even a big fan of it in The Dark Descent. I don't think you build tension.
No.
I don't know. This used to be a survival horror, but now it's not survival horror anymore. Now it's just a walking simulator.
It is, and I hate those games where they give you, you pick up a piece of paper and it's weird shapes, like a half a magnet and half a duck's beak, and you've got to go, okay, so it's duck beak, magnet, squiggly line, square, candle, and then go back to and put those in, because that's just kind of like a mundane task, whereas Silent Hill F, or whatever it's called, right? I won't go too much because I know you're playing this game. Their puzzles literally have like you pick up the object, you inspect it, and then you deduct like the rhythm or the puzzle element that you have to conclude. And it's really quite clever. Some of them are really smart.
Yeah, that's
just
great.
Memorizing shapes and going, okay, duck, candle, squiggle.
That's not a puzzle. That's not a puzzle.
It isn't a puzzle.
I just need to go explore in the dark, where I'm not allowed to explore, otherwise I'm going to lose.
And if you forget one of them, you got to go all the way to the other side of the fort or whatever to pick up the piece of paper again to read it, and then go all the way back again and go, it wasn't the duck, it was the platypus. You know, I don't like those puzzles. I don't feel like they have much weight.
Isn't that just so fun?
Yeah, I've never got that. And I get that people would argue, that builds the tension because you got to go out in the corridor and survive being stalked by a creature. It doesn't build tension.
It doesn't build tension. It gives me a time limit.
Yeah, that's true. It does kind of give you a countdown in what you're doing.
Yeah, there's an invisible countdown of how long I can survive in the dark. Yes, I can light a match. That's going to give me an extra 10 seconds, right? Prolonging the time limit. Or I can take out my lantern.
Yeah. But it's... Again, one visual thing I did kind of like, I did like in some of the cave areas, when you went from light to dark, you'd have to wait a few seconds for your eyes to adjust.
Oh, yes, that
was cool.
Okay.
I did like that.
That was good,
addition.
yes.
That was a clever
I don't know why
idea.
they didn't write that down in visuals. You're absolutely right. Yeah. That was good.
Which adds to terror, because of course, as you know, we all get blinded for a few seconds, and when you fall down a hole, you don't know what's down there. So, again... back to gameplay. They did say there was a quality of life in this game that when you got killed in Dark Descent, the game would not reload an earlier save point. This game would load a little further on in it so that you skip the monster encounter, which I kind of enjoyed.
Nice.
It doesn't load like just the bit before you go into the hall where the monster is. This kind of a bit nicer, and it goes, that monster you died from last time, we've kind of moved it.
Because we know it's not fun.
Yeah, so they kind of moved it. So if you really want to cheese the game, you just go to a bit where you know the monster is, save, quit, and load again. Monster's not there anymore. You could fundamentally play a lot of this game without any monster at all. You could just walk around and which is a bit game breaking to some degree.
I'm kind of being a bit of a negative Nancy.
Yes.
It's probably because I'm sick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the level up system in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Do you remember how that worked?
Ooh, remind me. I know there's a lot.
So,
a lot
each time you level, you get 2 skill points. And then you get to spend these skill points in Eivor's skill tree.
Yes.
Or you could just click the auto skill assignment button.
yes, I remember that. Yes, you could, if you couldn't be bothered.
The simple fact that this auto skill assignment button exists in this game convinces me that not even the developers or game designers think that it's a significant part of the game that you should give your attention to.
Which is crazy, right? Which is crazy. Which is building your version of a Viking.
Yeah, because this is an RPG. Why give me a button to skip the RPG part of the game?
That's true.
I know, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got what you mean. And that detracts from gameplay. It detracts from immersion, right? If you're just... And again, one thing that we've said many before is that Valhalla and such games, it was too long. So you actually did get to the point, oh god, another skill point? Do I even care anymore? Like, just put it in health or agility. And again, the gameplay in this biggest problem, like you said, it was just going room to room. I get it, that's what the games are. And you're supposed to be hiding from big scary monsters. But with a narrative that doesn't super pull you through, and visuals that aren't super scary, and gameplay that's kind of slow, it's not really hitting all those things we love about games and all you weirdos love about being fearful.
I'm going to agree somewhat to what you're saying. I think the narrative, or the part of the narrative that I liked, the part excluding the aliens, that pulled me through. I like that.
Yeah.
I think the environments were dull and not very great. But the part that annoyed me the most was the gameplay. Why am I exploring if you're going to punish me for exploring by making me go insane?
That's true. That's actually true, granted. Out of curiosity, was there an insane meter that I missed? Did you see an insane meter?
I think it was just the veins and the tendrils.
It was just the veins. Okay, so
yeah,
it was
I think that's what it was.
Bits. Okay, because the other one had an insane meter, like a weird little
an actual
meter.
I think
that kind of filled up or something. Yeah, I remember. So I didn't even know if I was like. I guess that adds to it. I didn't know if I was on the brink of going, fully insane, or if I was at the beginning of being insane. Which I guess you could argue, that adds to the tension. You don't know when you're going to snap, which I guess is true.
The more we talk about this, the more annoyed I'm getting.
I didn't like the whole bit when she kept checking her veins, because it always reminds me of like a Marvel scene that she was about to like Hulk out or something, because they always do that. And it's more just her holding back her fear, or the baby. Again, something I'm not entirely sure, because she kept having to calm herself down. Was that from just being petrified?
I don't know.
Aliens and all the... It is. Again, ladies and gents, you can see by our just lack of fundamental goings on in this game. It's not really grabbing us by all accounts.
No, it isn't. It isn't. It might grab you. It just
of course
isn't grabbing us.
Which is again, I say this from being a person who doesn't even like these games much. Nick likes these games more.
I'm supposed to.
He is. He really is. He likes these games. He's got a collection of horror games that he plays and talks about and enjoys the
I am supposed to. I don't though, because I think this gameplay is poopy.
I enjoy guns. If I'm going to play a game with...
wow, that's a statement.
I just enjoy guns. It's like my inner American in me. I like shooting. If I'm going to have a big bad that's chasing me, I want to also be a big bad and kill it, right? To some degree.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's what we play games for. It's supposed to be like a better version of yourself. Because this game is almost, apart from the female being pregnant thing, is a version of me. Hiding in cupboards, running away, going somewhere safe. It's not really quite the escapism that I was somewhat looking for.
No, it isn't. It's not. It's not.
Okay, if that's all gameplay, what performance did you have? Because
I
know
performance,
you had problems.
I had problems, but once I updated my game to the current version, all those problems went away. I thought, dang, I cannot give performance a 1 out of 10 here.
I was wondering if you were going to. Yeah, because you had problems like crashing or loading and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I couldn't play this for days. But eventually I got this updated.
Okay.
And now it's running fine. It's generally stable.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I sort of... I managed to see through some environments.
Oh, like clipping and stuff like that.
Yeah, I managed to clip a bit.
Yeah, but it is, again, it's very hard to hold these indie-ish, even if it's an indie-ish developer, to those same levels of others in theory, but it's so like as soon as I say that sentence, I think of 1,000 other indie developers which they don't do that in. Yeah. So it's really, I always try to give it benefit of the doubt. Yeah, this game ran fine for me. It's not remarkable. It isn't like running at perfect frames and amazing lighting and darkness and all the things that we love in, or we want all our games to perform. It ran fine for the PC version. It ran
also
great.
This game's kind of cheating. I don't want to keep dunking on this game, but this game's kind of cheating a bit because 90% of it is set in the dark.
That's true.
It's really hard to see when things mess up.
That's actually that's genius in its own right?
It is kind of.
Visuals make your game in the dark. Then you're like, oh no, that's environmental hazards and that's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like that. Don't worry.
Yeah, that square barrel is actually supposed to denote your jagged vision of the world around you. Yeah.
It's
kind of a fun way you can bullshit out of it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, value for money then. It ran fine. What did you think in the what do you think? Are you getting bang for your buck in this game?
This time around, I'm gonna take your ideology for value for money. This is roughly 7 to 8 hours long, and it's got very minimal replay value.
Oh yeah, 100%. Of course not. Like
very few people even want to play it once.
But the 3 endings aren't like prolific different runs of the game. Like this time I'm going to do everything bad, and this time I'm going to do everything good, and this time it's not. It's really slight things that you could probably just reload an old save and kind of just change it.
No, you can. Yeah. I googled it, and you can just load your last checkpoint after finishing the game.
Yes.
And make the other choice.
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of meh. It's one of those things, and like you said, you googled the other endings, which kind of puts a game in a minus, right? If you play a game and like, I completed it, but I don't really fancy playing the other endings, I'll Google it. Then the game you didn't have the greatest fun with it then, right?
Yeah, no. That's minimal replay value.
Yes, exactly. Like Mass Effect, I've done man good, man bad, girl good, girl bad, right? Because I wanted to see what the game was like.
Yeah.
In both sexes, and with both being a bad guy or a good guy. This game has none of that. There was not. You finish it and you go, oh, okay.
Okay, all right. Done with that.
Yeah, it does have that feeling to it, by all accounts.
No, I get it. You know what? It is a decent effort, but
it is. And this game's 5 years old, right? And it's still $30.
This came out 2020. This came out quarantine time.
Yes, that's right. And this is $30 across the board. Still, Steam,
GOG,
no, everywhere. $30 for a
no. That's too much.
That's a lot of money for a 5.
That's a lot of money. Game. This is a 7 to 8 hour walking simulator. Hours.
It's sad because it, like you said, the voice acting is actually really good.
Yes, it is. The audio is really. Yeah, the audio is genuinely special in this game from time to time. Half of the narrative I like.
But that's only
not
half.
The gameplay, not the visuals.
That's like 50% of the narrative. That's not really a big score, is it, by all accounts? Half of it's good, but the aliens...
Why? Why?
I wonder if it's the hot topic, because there's so many things that ends up aliens. I'm trying to think, Lara Croft did dinosaurs, which is, again, kind of out there as well. Like, oh, Lara Croft, Tomb Raiding. Oh, look, T-Rex. Yeah. That's normal, right? I just don't know. Maybe aliens was the hot issue in 2020. I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I just think
it's like zombies being a big thing. So at some point, zombies was just in every single game. Right?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what game it was. Zombies is the
Left 4 Dead.
Plants vs Zombies.
Plants vs Zombies. That's right.
Other zombie
The Last
games
of
that I
Us.
can't think of. Nice. Mushroom zombies. That works. That's included.
Yeah, we got loads.
We get zombies for days. But yeah, $30 for a game with such little, and it's so. I know there's so many diehard fans of this game as well, because I get it. The not having guns, being vulnerable. It's kind of the paragon of that type of play. It's just this one just wasn't that great. It's a shame because female character, pregnant. Great story elements that we don't get to play.
Yeah, I actually really liked Tessie.
Yeah, I thought, and you felt closer to her than if you were just Biff in the castle who forgot who he was, right? There is an emotional connection. but the rest of the game just didn't really hit. It just doesn't
so unfortunate. So unfortunate.
So yeah, it is what it is. It is. I thought it is meh. I think the whole game's kind of meh. What did we score this game? Out of curiosity, did we score it like a meh?
We did.
Did we?
Our
Yes.
scores for Amnesia Rebirth were on their way to the Algerian desert when it unfortunately crash landed because aliens.
That's all you need. Done. Story.
Yeah.
Send it. Multi-million budget.
With the plane crash landed in the Algerian desert, it hit a rock. Every score died except for one score. And it turned out to be aliens. I'm kidding, it's not aliens. It's the retrograde rating of C-, which still feels too high.
Yeah, we're kind of nice. We're getting very nice in our old age.
We are getting too nice. We haven't had an F in a very long time.
This is talking for somebody who gave like Firebreak a good score. Don't forget that we gave Firebreak a D. FBC
Firebreak was a D?
A D. D's too good.
No. Firebreak was better than this?
No.
Yes,
no,
absolutely.
no,
Firebreak was
not in the
absolutely better than this.
Nope. Never-ending slogfest of just building, fixing
It's
things.
not. It's fun. Firebreak was fun.
Well, you and the 4 other people playing that game right now. Sorry, I'm just
probably.
It's true, but I've probably just been mean. So it is what it is. C-. Yeah, it's again. If you love these types of games, this is definitely going to be down your alley. If it's not your type of game, give it kind of a miss. There are other good horror games if you want to go in a foray in regards to those things. Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Dead Space. There are other games you can sharpen your teeth.
There
on
are
genre
other better games. If you like this type of game, go for it. You know if you like this type of game.
You do, yes. And
who are we to tell you otherwise?
Exactly. It's just our opinions. It's our reviews of games that we do and do not like. If you don't want to listen to it, don't play the games. But you should listen to it because we're so clever and full of knowledge. By all accounts, you should all be listening to us.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Critical Arcade Podcast. I am so sorry that I'm still sick.
You should be. You should be. Apologize to everyone. No one gets sick nowadays. It's like
I promise I'll be unsick, Nick, for next week's episode, because I can't imagine it's fun listening to someone being sick and bitch about a game.
That's true. That's somewhat true what this episode kind of was. But yeah, maybe some people are into that. We'll see. Highest numbers we've ever had on an episode. You wait. Just the ASMR of you being sick for some reason.
Yeah, if you like ASMR of Sick Nick, subscribe and follow and do the things.
All the things. Even the things you've forgotten about to do them now, then you won't forget about them.
One thing you should not be doing is following Dave. Dave, where can we follow you?
Well, you can follow me out and about, but aliens. There you go. So you need.
But aliens.
Yeah,
good enough.
These are
I have been dissuaded.
That impregnate you, give you black veins, kind of make you scared. I don't really know at the end. You got a decision to make that could end the entire world, and that's going to be all on your shoulders. Let's say within 30 minutes. It's all it's a quick run. These aliens have developed the spice. The sauce is going to quickly do this all to you. And if you're male, it doesn't matter. You're going to get pregnant with a veiny baby too.
Ooh.
So, by all means, if that's your type of jam, by all means, find me out. I can organise that for you. If not, stay away. Stay away.
Stay away. Don't do it. Rather, check out Critical Arcade next week for when Nick isn't sick. And they are playing... What, Dave?
Well, next week, if you do listen to us and you've listened to a few episodes in the past, we are plagued to some degree by a genre of game that keeps coming up. All hail the list, because it always deems it necessary to share this game with us. We should be getting our hands on the new Digimon game.
Digimon Time Stranger.
Time Stranger, right? Which is, again, actually been getting some decent reviews out there.
I'm so glad.
Again, I noticed the other day, this is, I don't know, I'm saying this under correction, is potentially the first time a Digimon game is coming out the same month as a Pokemon game.
Ooh.
I think it happened years ago, like over 20 years ago, but we got A to Z, Pokemon A to Z, or A to Z, depending which way you say it, and Digimon all coming out in 1 month. Who will win?
Nice.
I kind of like that idea of the pocket monsters kind of battling one another. Ooh. And Time Stranger's doing alright. People like it.
What? Yeah, what if Digimon Time Stranger is a better game than Pokemon
I kind of hope it does, just so that Pokemon can say, "Look, Digimon's beating you now." Come on.
It might be. No, it's never. It's never gonna outsell Pokemon.
Yeah, it's never gonna outsell.
It's never gonna outsell Pokemon. But
I do want it to get like an aggregate review
time.
Score. Yeah, I want it just Metacritic. Everyone out there, just give good reviews to Digimon. Even if you haven't played it, just do it because I love the idea that Digimon just scores higher. You're right, it's never going to sell more. It never, ever is going to sell more.
No.
But I do like the idea it just scores better than them. That would be a win.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Let's do it. Let's do that. Okay.
Yes, let's tune in next week for some Digimon.
Tune in next week
fun,
if you want to see if we succeeded in our mission to curb stomp Pokemon.
Yes, exactly.
And we'll see you then. Cheers.
Cheers.